Okay. Well,
We're live.
we got a signal. It says you're live.
Yeah.
Um, the big question is, are we live?
Yeah. Yep.
Are we live? Hey,
And there
there
we
we
are.
go. So we are live. I won't make the joke because I made it last Thursday at open mic.
Which one?
Are we live or are we Memorex?
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
And there were 3 people there that got it.
Yeah. That's.
That'll make you feel old as hell.
Oh yeah. It's like it's so funny because I work with a bunch of 20 somethings
Yeah.
and young, like low 20s, and half of my stuff goes right over their head. We there are times where they'll just call me the grandpa of the group. So I'm like, great, thanks a lot.
Yeah, that's always.
He's like the grandpa. Great.
Yeah, there's not much you can do about that crap.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you could smack them around and then, they've got the embarrassment of
Then I
being
got hold
beat
of
up
it.
by a grandpa.
Okay.
But otherwise,
No, but it's just interesting when you start hanging out with kids at that age and you're listening to them talk, and sometimes you just go, oh yeah, been there, done that. I'll let you find out.
yeah, I found a woman posting videos on TikTok that I just fell in love with her. She's she's responding to everybody, younger people, talking about I've got a question for Gen Z. What's the deal with Gen Z? And at one point she tells them, you have to understand, you guys can try and claim it. Says Gen Z says we're the f around and find out generation.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, that's pretty accurate.
They're just, so you look back at some of the things that you did when we were kids in the 70s and into the 80s, and it's like there's no way you'd see kids doing that nowadays.
Oh no.
It was a different, man. It's like it's so different now when you look at kids nowadays. It's just so different. I almost feel bad for them because, man, we had fun.
Oh yeah. Well, and we could have fun
Yeah.
because not everything we were doing was being videotaped, video recorded.
The funny thing is like, there are so many times where I see, I'm just glad that, I grew up before the internet, because there's no record of the crazy stuff I did or the stupid stuff I did. The sad part is half of the stupid stuff that are posted about kids, they post it themselves. So I don't know. But you can't go anywhere and not be video, on video somewhere. So
Yeah.
but that's ours. That's our tribute to the old days when things were more fun.
In the before times.
Before times. Like I always talked about how, my parents found me by, they just drive down the street and look for my bike, figure out which house I was at. And then sometimes they go, never mind. Well, and a lot of, I don't know how many times they left, came, went to the store or something like that, came back, and I never knew because I was over, out with my friends.
So this morning I got a post.
Okay.
Came up on a Facebook site that I'm on, called just Open Mic.
Oh.
It's it's not a terribly useful, like, utilitarian type site,
Okay.
because it's just open mic anywhere. It's talking about open mic. But I like this. The moderator posted this deal up. Says, here's the thing, guys. You're at a local bar. You have no guitar, no music, and no capo. The bar has an open mic night. You feel like getting up. What would you sing using a borrowed guitar? Maybe even show us by doing it. So, he's got a deal where, people can, of course, Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, there's a couple guys that actually put up videos.
Oh, cool.
But I was just like, I read this and I was like, that's really, I don't know. Maybe I'm just been exposed differently than maybe other parts of the country, maybe other open mics. Yeah, we've got another open mic here in town that I haven't been to
Hmm.
on Monday nights over at in Vintage. I don't know what
It's only been going on for what 5 years, and we still haven't. I
Yeah.
haven't made it out there at all.
Yeah, I don't know what they do about somebody
Yeah.
coming and doesn't have a guitar. I know that
Yeah.
the open mic that I run on Thursday
Mhm.
nights, the open mic the open mics that I went to. Um,
Yeah, there was a guitar available.
so yeah, whether it was what Dwight and Red were doing,
Hmm.
whether it was what Damian Luna was doing,
Yeah.
or even Adrian Batista and David Olguin.
And
They had guitars available, and they were there was no excuse for you not to get up, and
yeah,
people were used to it. I
the
think that was part of it.
the first open mic I went to was at Dublin's, and my friend that I was with, told the guys, he goes, and the guy just what here,
Yeah.
use mine, and I thought that was really cool. So there's usually that opportunity,
Hmm.
and it's funny because I'm looking back, and you would think that they would have like the cheapest beater guitar that they don't want anybody touching.
No.
No, this guy handed me an Ovation, which was similar to mine, and then you keep your no, not first it was your Washburn, but now you're keeping this thing up there for
Oh yeah.
people to use. Dwight would let them use his guitar.
Hmm.
I was afraid to touch that thing.
Yeah.
It's beautiful, and I'm like, he said, "Oh, you use mine." I went, "Yeah, no, I've got mine. I'm not touching that one."
I don't remember, but I think Dwight's is a
It's
Taylor.
Yeah.
That's what I thought it
I was
was.
just like, no, 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 no. And it was so, yeah. And that's when, it's also, you can kind of tell the class of
Hmm.
the guy running it, how much he just enjoys music,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
because they're like, come on, do it, man. You have people go up there then you have the people that go up there and do it where they act like they're doing you a favor or they're treating you special. It's special for you to hear him play. Or I remember that one guy who was like, oh, he had I don't know what his thing was. But then you got people that are like, I've never done this. I thought I'd give it a try. And they'll get a standing ovation no matter how they play.
Oh yeah.
It's like one time there was a guy, he didn't play all that great, but the first thing he said was, I've always wanted to do this. I'm going to give it a try. Bear with me. And he got through the song, and you can see he was nervous, but he had fun, and everybody just applauded him
Oh yeah.
because it was all about the music and it was all about having fun. And
Hmm.
so you see how serious people are about making sure that it's a fun night, about how accessible they make it.
Oh, for sure. Um, yeah, and that's pretty well what it's got to be about,
Yeah.
as far as I'm concerned. Of course, there's a bunch of people who disagree with me,
Yeah.
but I'm wondering if that's probably why we're seeing a shortage of open mics nationwide.
Maybe. Yeah.
Like I say, I went to Austin, and maybe they've brought some back now. But last time I was in Austin, I was looking for an open mic. Every open mic listing that I found online, I got a hold of the people. I says, "Yeah, we're not doing that anymore." Either they completely cancel it out, or they replaced it with spoken word poetry.
Oh.
And it's like, yeah, no,
It's almost like rap without music.
yeah,
Because even, they do it in a rhythm, because I would say rap without rhythm, but no, a lot of them
yeah,
do it in a certain rhythm when they read.
yeah, beat
And they're
poetry.
just meeting. Yeah, it's like they're just no music. It's
Yeah.
rap without music. Which, I mean, some of it is very well done, but some of it you can tell they just threw certain word. They throw words in to make it sound good.
Yeah, I was disappointed. I went up to a deal that was doing beat poetry, and I was really disappointed.
Yeah.
They never mentioned anything about any fruits or tubers or anything. So yeah, if you're not going to actually write poetry about beets, you shouldn't be calling it that.
Okay. That's good.
I got a whole section of sweet potato poetry.
Oh my god.
I'll share it one day.
Okay.
Okay, so good morning,
Good
everybody.
morning.
This is us.
This is Roundtable.
Yeah.
We go around and around and find something.
Yeah. So
Oh.
yeah.
For once, it's been an uneventful week for me, which is really
Yeah.
good. My daughter came out yesterday with the granddaughters, and I got to spend some time with them. But it's been uneventful.
Mhm.
Although my wife was on furlough last week, and we cleaned every day. just went through the house and cleaned. I was so drained by Friday. So she was too. We were both like just drained, and we spent most of Friday because we were finished in Friday morning, and then Saturday we did nothing, which was really cool.
Well, that's always a good thing.
So my daughter and the granddaughter now are back in El Paso, and they're doing their thing there. And so we had the house completely to ourselves, and I have my music room back. She has her prayer room back, and so it's like quiet again. And then they came over yesterday, and it was just so loud. The baby likes our house because apparently she doesn't yell a lot at her house because it's all carpeted. It's a small apartment. Our house, big tile floors, big echo. She loves hearing herself yell. She literally walked to the middle of the hallway and just started talking loud. It was like, this kid is something else.
Yeah. Yeah, childcare has changed from the way it used to be. Whatever happened to laudanum? And you wonder why I don't have kids.
That's good.
Here, suck on this for a little while. What is it? Don't worry about it. In about 5 minutes, you won't care.
Yeah.
One of my favorite songs is a song called Choctaw Bingo, and it starts the song off. It says, "Put a little vodka and a cherry Coke. Put the kids in the back. We're going to Oklahoma." Yeah, they won't wake up till you're halfway there. So yeah.
Apparently, when I was little, I wasn't talking yet, but I was teething, and I was just like having a real rough time. And my uncle, I thought it was my mom that did it, but my mom said no. My uncle just walked over and he was drinking rum, and he dipped his finger in rum, and rubbed it on my gums.
Yep.
Worked apparently.
Yep.
Mom wasn't happy, but it worked apparently. My mom said she thought about it many times. I don't know if she actually did it later on, but
it's not going to hurt you.
Yeah.
And as long as they're giving you the good stuff, you might develop a taste. That's yeah.
We're Puerto Rican, so it was Bacardi.
There you go.
It's a law.
Nah.
Bacardi is distilled in Puerto Rico. So just in case you didn't know that.
You give kids Malibu. You don't want to you don't want to mess them up. So you give them the lighter stuff.
Funny, I don't know how many times when my kids were little, especially the one that my middle one that had ADHD. There were times where she didn't. I don't know. She breathed. We couldn't even tell if she took a breath, but she just kept talking. And there were somebody said, "Oh, can I try some wine?" And we thought about it. It's so wrong. But
I don't know. I you and I grew up in a more permissive period, I think.
Oh God, yes.
So I tasted wine, I tasted beer when I was little. Because my folks were like, yeah, if you want to try it, but try it with us.
Take a sip.
Oh my God, it was all gross.
Oh yeah.
And I always thought it was gross.
Mm-hmm.
And then I turned 21. I still thought it was gross.
Okay, me too. I knew guys that would drink beer like they go to parties in high school, and they were, beer like crazy, and they're talking about how good they got. Here's the thing. I didn't drink until I was 21. And even then it was very sporadically. But I hear all the stories about how they got so messed up and they almost got in trouble because their dad I'm like, I'm listening to you guys. Why would I want to do that?
Mm-hmm. Well, I didn't drink until I was 23.
Okay.
Because, every time I tried it, it was disgusting. It was gross. Mm-hmm. And then when I was 23, one of the girls that I was working with, she had her 21st birthday party.
Oh, yeah.
I was working at it was a fast food Chinese restaurant. And so she got off early. She was having this big blowout party, and we were all invited up. She says, "Yeah, I was closing." She says, "Yeah, once you close and finish up, come on over." So I get there, ring the doorbell. She opens the door. She's got two friends on either side of her. I didn't know why. They were keeping her up, keeping her standing. She comes to the door with a shot glass and a bottle of Jack Daniel's Black, doing this. And she's like, "Hey," and then she looks up, sees it with me, and says, "Oh," says Randy. Says, "I'm sorry. Everybody's been doing shots when they come through the door, but you don't have to because I know that you don't drink."
Oh.
Yeah. You know what I heard?
Uh-huh.
I heard her calling me a wuss. Yeah, that doesn't work for me.
That's good.
Yeah, I'm kind of
Yeah.
like Marty McFly. Don't call me chicken. So I told her, says, give me that. So she pours a shot and she hands it to me, and I take this shot and I shoot it back. I hand her the glass back. Says, pretty good, thank you. And she says, you're the greatest. And she wanders off. Apparently, she wandered off into the other room to vomit into a trash can.
Okay.
At which point, Mr. Strong sat there and realized he was dying because this thing was. You saw the movie Aliens?
Yeah.
Where they cut, well, the first one, the alien,
Yeah.
where they cut the alien and the blood starts burning through the decks. Yeah, that's what was happening to me. I had a friend there. I found him. He was drinking a Budweiser, and I didn't even ask. I grabbed his bottle and I chugged almost the entire thing. God, that was the best beer I've ever had. Suddenly, I'm okay with drinking. So apparently, yeah, if you get to a point where you're dealing with a medical emergency, you might actually start to like the taste of some stuff. And then we started going to bars and trying stuff. And we had this great bar in town called Orion's. It was an Irish style pub at the Mesilla Valley Mall here in town. And oh my God,
I've heard a lot about that.
Their recipe book was insane. Their bartenders were incredibly well trained, and basically, I would go in there. I would have looked up and written down a few drink names, and we would go in there after a shift on certain nights, and we'd go in there and we'd drink. And I basically had this list. Well, let me try this. Let me try this. Let me try a Black Russian. Let me try a White Russian. Ugh, White Russian's gross. Give me another Black Russian. I've heard about this thing called a Long Island iced tea.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah.
That's dangerous.
By the way, they did Long Island iced tea. They did Tokyo tea, which is made with Midori. It tasted like biting into a honeydew melon.
Wow.
They did a southern tea, Georgia peach tea, that it was made with peach schnapps, and it was like biting into a fresh peach.
Wow.
Those guys were so good. I discovered there's stuff I like, especially if it's got a good taste. I've got a similar issue with alcohol as our friend Truman Provencio. It's just that he has to be more careful because he's a major lightweight with alcohol.
Yeah.
But he loves anything sweet. We had him over. We all came over for practice session at one point, and I'll just pull out some of my bottles.
Yeah.
And we were going through stuff. I happened to pull out all my rums, most of which, rum tends to be sweet, especially if it's got certain fruit flavors in it.
Yeah.
And he was loving all of it. I was like, yeah, you're not driving.
We did more drinking than we did practicing that night.
It's okay.
And the last practice we had really good practice. We did not have one drink.
True.
We had a really good practice, got through a lot of music, and didn't have not a single shot. So we discovered the formula. If we start drinking, it's not going to be it'll be fun, but it's not going to be a great practice.
And and the reason we were practicing is because in a couple of weeks, on the 24th of this month, we're going to be playing out at the Picacho Peak as a lowboring.
Yes.
I am in the process. I can't get it to transfer over. So it's going to take me probably about an hour and a half today. I'm just going to set up my iPad. I've got the video all done and ready and I've had it done for a bit, but I've been having trouble getting it to transfer across. But it'll be up on YouTube. I just created a separate playlist on my main page, Randy Lynch Music. That's going to be lowborn music.
Cool.
I thought about making our own page, and I was like, God, then that's one more page to admin.
Yeah,
what a pain.
That's a lot.
So yeah, we're just going to do it like that. And going back over that, there's a lot I didn't remember. There was just so much going on. Apparently, at one point, I called Truman a baby. We were talking about.
We had no plan.
Oh yeah. Well, I kind of remembered this, but not really.
Yeah.
At one point, about halfway through the show, I had everybody give Truman a round of applause for sitting through the whole thing.
That's true.
And by the way, they did. They everybody was applauding like crazy.
Because a lot of people know if you've never seen Truman play, you got to see him because he doesn't stand still. And his hair goes all over the place, and he's just hilarious.
Well, and his big thing, we got to get him on with us again to talk about this. His big thing when we're getting ready, he's like, So are we gonna sit for the whole thing? He's like,
Yeah.
I don't think I can do that.
It's like,
I was
okay, you need to get up, go ahead.
Yeah.
And he did. He said it was funny.
I was just
He
like,
did. It's wow.
I was like, maybe if we take turns with him giving us piggyback rides the night before, he won't have any trouble sitting. He'll feel like we do every day.
Yeah. He's a young guy.
Yeah.
He's the young guy in the band.
Oh, I wouldn't mind going back there again.
No.
Um,
I don't know. Like I said, I work with all these two and I listen to them talk about things they're doing. I'm like, oh God, I'm so glad I'm not doing that anymore.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I'm still up at all hours, but I'm home. For the most part.
Exactly. It's like it's not because you're partying, it's because instead of, you're up all night, instead of partying, it's insomnia. So
yeah. And writing and playing. By the way, it's not up all night, it's up all night.
Oh my gosh.
By the way, there's a reference that if you got that, you're freaking old.
You're freaking old. That is funny.
USA
Network, up all night.
That was the best thing. I found some video of that here recently.
Really?
Yeah. Understand it's not great because everybody was recording stuff on VHS.
Oh yeah.
But this stuff exists. Yeah, I found some of that. I found a bunch of videos of the first few hours of MTV.
That's been popping up lately.
Yeah.
On my page too, and it's like, oh, do I really want to watch this? I'll tell you, like I said, we were cleaning last week. Kathy decides, okay, we're gonna, we have to have music playing, so she goes over to pulls up Spotify on the TV, and let's do 80s music.
Oh boy.
After about 45 minutes, she had to turn it off. She goes, too many memories were coming up and not all of them good. She literally turned it to something else because she couldn't handle all the memories that were coming back. She's like, this is depressing me. So it's like, do I really want to watch this? Because oh my gosh, I remember people that were like addicted. They had to rush home from school so they could turn on MTV.
Oh yeah.
And my sister was pretty bad too. She was like always on MTV, and I wanted to turn it to ESPN because I wanted to know what was going on. But it was like, nah, never mind. But there were some people that was bad. They sat in front of the MTV all night, all day, all night.
Well, when MTV came out at first, we didn't have it here in Cruces.
Oh yeah.
We didn't have it at all. However, there was something cool they were doing. Of course, now with the things you can do with sound, it doesn't matter. But at the time, you had your TV with your TV speakers. That's it. So they were actually broadcasting MTV on the radio.
Oh.
So there was an FM station that would actually be broadcasting what they were showing on the TV. So yeah, we'd sit there and listen to MTV. Yeah, we were listening to music television, which was all about music with the videos, but we didn't have the videos to go out. I remember the first time I ever experienced Michael Jackson's Thriller was audio only.
No way.
That's confusing.
That must be.
That's really,
oh my God,
really confusing.
I'm sitting there going, isn't that called radio? But okay.
Yeah.
That's funny because there are some videos that will not make sense because the song on when you see Thriller, the music doesn't match the recorded version on the album. It's not the same. I didn't hear Thriller, the song, until after I saw the video, and I'm like, oh, okay. It's really different. And a lot of videos were like that, where they created a video. So they actually, instead of creating the video for the song, they restructured the song to fit the video they wanted to shoot.
Right.
And like I said, MTV was both the best and worst thing to happen to music. It ruined a lot of careers because some guys just weren't a good visual.
Mm-hmm.
Some artists were just not a good visual. So their careers got like, I forgot. I can't remember come to mind. What's his name? Billy Squier. He did the song. He did one video that he thinks ruined his career. Rock Me Tonight.
Oh yeah.
Because he's a little weird when he's on stage, kind of dancing around with his guitar. So they thought, oh, you should just do that, but without your guitar. And he looked like he was on crack.
This may be an old guy's episode today.
Yeah, this is.
Yeah.
But he
by the
says,
way, Billy Squire was a rock and roll artist
oh,
that was around for a little bit. Wonderful thing about these people and Billy Squire, nobody would have ever known who he was, except here was MTV, this network that comes up that had no content,
yeah,
nothing. I think there were maybe 12 artists that were making music videos.
yeah,
And they weren't, I don't even know what they were being called. They were not being called music videos.
no, they were. I forgot what they were called because if you go back, there's a lot of those videos because they were making music videos back in the 70s.
Yeah, but they were performance videos.
Yeah, a lot of them performance videos. Some of them, because I
Or
remember
it was
there
stuff,
was a video.
stuff like the Beatles.
Yeah,
That sort of thing.
and
But
so,
but not like what we call a music video today. There were just a handful. So there was nothing out there.
This rotation
So,
of the same song, and that's
Yeah.
what Colin Hay says. Men at Work benefited from that because they were one of the few ones that had a video.
yes.
And that's how Down Under got so popular.
Yeah, Billy Squire had it was basically a concert video
which
of
was
Rock Me Tonight.
I love those.
And then he was willing to go on MTV and play it live
yeah,
before there was any such thing as Unplugged, years before
Yeah.
Unplugged. He went in there with a bunch of guys, and I don't remember what the guy was playing percussion on because you couldn't really see him, but it didn't even sound like a drum set. It could have been a cajon for all I know.
Mhm.
And he was sitting there on an acoustic guitar just playing this song, and everybody around it was like a big crowd. It was a Christmas thing,
Mhm.
and a bunch of people around him, and they were all singing along with him and backing him up, and it was like, that's kind of cool.
It was cool. It was a jam session.
Yeah.
It seemed like. I remember Weird Al Yankovic. For the longest time,
Mhm.
he was playing his accordion, and a buddy of his was doing percussion on his accordion case.
Yeah.
That was
yeah.
it. And there's a video of him doing his first big not his first one. The first one was My Bologna, but he did Everyone Rides the Bus.
Mhm.
And there was a video of him up there and the guy's beating on his accordion case.
Yeah.
It was then it evolved to the point where you could not have a hit song unless you had a video.
No. And we had some weird mixes of stuff. Pat Benatar was up there along with a band called Big Country. Nobody's even heard of today.
Yeah.
Because they were so imaginative. Name of the band was Big Country. They were from Australia. And their big hit was a song called In a Big Country.
Yeah.
Yeah. They really thought that through a lot. Devo was getting played. ZZ Top was getting played.
Yeah. ZZ Top was that's one of the ones that was a major crossover because they were before videos,
Mhm.
but then somehow they crossed over with the visuals that they put it together. And
Yeah, they had a strong following, but it was not a mainstream following. And the thing is that if MTV had started out with a full roster of music to choose from, they would have never gotten played.
Yeah.
But because there was nothing out there,
Mhm.
and quite frankly, they did cash in on the TNA angle as well in their videos.
They did.
Yeah. So every teenage boy was just waiting for those ZZ Top videos to come back around again.
That's funny. Yeah.
And then a little later, Whitesnake. Yeah, everybody knows the video I'm talking about when I say Whitesnake. There's only one video that people remember, but that was because of the very first wardrobe malfunction that they left in. Nobody said a word. By the way, one of the Facebook groups that came up here is a group called Growing Up in the 50s, 60s, 70s, and 80s. And somebody put up a post that says, greatest one line in a song ever. Not verse, chorus, or bridge, just one line. I could hide out under there. I just made you say underwear. Pinch me by the bare naked ladies.
I was listening to that. I heard that last night on our at work, and I was like, here comes that stupid line. Some of it is good. It's some of these songs were just like there was nothing to them. They were like, what? I'm I love some of the songs by the Goo Goo Dolls, but there's even the one I do, Black Balloon. Like, what?
What am I on here? The Beatles, The End. And in the end, the love you make is equal to the love you take is equal to the love you make. By the way, completely not true. It's one of those things that's meaningless. But man, it sounded good, didn't it?
Sounded good at the time.
It sounded, yeah. Oh man, there's a lot to be said for Nowhere. So don't blame her. Her life turned out that way. The Gatlin brothers.
Oh yeah.
There's Yeah, there's some weird crap. Do the New Jack Swing on my nuts. Yeah. The really sad thing is that was actually a line in the song.
Oh, and then all of a sudden, Two Live Crew came out with Me So Horny. And
Mhm.
then the other one they had that I won't even go into.
Oh, man.
Okay, Bad Memories coming up.
Oh, boy. Okay. So, yeah. God, let's get off the old stuff.
Oh gosh,
well, we can do
we
that
can
all
do
day.
that. We can do this the entire time.
Back in my day.
Yeah, back in the day, and it's sad when you're listening to like 101 Gold, which is supposed to be oldies, and you're hearing stuff you grew up to. I heard a Billy Squier tune
Mm-hmm.
on 101 Gold.
Oh,
and
yeah.
then I heard an 80s tune, and right after that, they played an Elvis tune.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, you guys are really it's great music. They are playing some great music, but it also makes you feel old.
Yeah. I got into a fight with one of the staff members at Bravo Mike here in town, specifically one that was working for 101 Gold, our oldies station.
Yeah.
Yeah, and actually, it wasn't even. I didn't even start it. It wasn't my fault. I got sideswiped. It was a friend of mine that was talking to this woman, and he knows where I stand on this. So he waited until I got over and says, "Yeah, I was telling her about we were talking about 101 Gold and and how they and how they play oldies." And that's all I need to hear. And I went off and says, "No, they don't." And she started, "Well, yeah, we do." I was like, "Oh, you work for 101 Gold?" "Yeah." "Okay, well, I could play nice, but that's not really the way I work." So I went into it. I says, "Yeah, you're not playing oldies." Yeah, and by the way, as we're sitting there, they're playing Thompson Twins.
Oh my gosh!
And she's like, "No, we're playing oldies. Oldies is anything that's older than 20 years."
Oh.
No, it's not. Let's go off on the rant a little bit. Classic is anything 20 years or older. Oldies is 50s, 60s, and a little bit of 70s.
70s, because I remember in oldies in 70s we used to call the oldies stuff from the 50s.
Yes.
Then in the 80s, somewhere in the 80s, they started calling the stuff from the 50s the golden oldies.
Yeah, that didn't last, at least.
Yeah.
But the thing is, when you're dealing with the early 70s, you're dealing with some of these bands that were still together and they were still doing the same feel music, so it still counts. But
oh my
gosh. She was not happy with me, but I refused to back down on that one. It's like there are hills I will die on, and it's funny what some of them are. I will have
that's good.
I will have a discussion with somebody about abortion, about the economy, about global warming, and I will reach a point where I'll say, "Well, we just disagree," and I'm done.
Yeah.
Get me on the music. Oh, screw that! It's gonna be constant.
Yeah.
It's gonna be hardcore, and I'm not backing down. And and there's sometimes that I actually have strong opinions that I don't actually believe all that much.
Yeah.
But it's fun to really screw with people.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah. We had a DJ out here working for 101 Gold that I had everybody in town calling at one point to request a song because she gave me attitude. Yeah, actually, it was my wife she gave attitude to begin with, because she called up. She wanted to hear a Roy Orbison song. All I Do Is Dream by Roy Orbison. Well, instead of saying, "I haven't heard that, I don't know about that, we don't have that." No, he never recorded that. Really?
Oh yeah.
So yeah, we had everybody in town requesting that song constantly. Yeah, it made her life miserable. And then I actually was DJing a few car shows where they started out. They had 101 Gold come out and they would do remotes. So we'd shut down for a while, then we'd start up. Well, they'd be hanging out still because they'd be talking to people. I'd make sure while they were all hanging out, and she would be one of the DJs that was out there, I would play that song. And I would dedicate it to 101 Gold. Says, "This is the song 101 Gold says doesn't exist. Enjoy." Yeah, there's a lot of people that know me as being really nice, and you have no idea how mean I can get when I get mean.
Yeah.
So,
I remember hearing somebody request a song and Jack Lutz, who's from 101 Gold.
oh yeah, and
Great
other stuff
guy.
before that.
Great. Yeah, he's been around for a while, but great guy. And I remember somebody said something about wait, I don't know if I know that one. Yeah, hold on. And he was determined to find it.
Hmm.
He was like, somebody told him, he goes, hold on, I gotta find that one, but I'm gonna get back to you. And he was determined.
Hmm.
And sure enough, he found it and then he played it and he said, this is gonna become he's now one of my favorites. I mean, I remember him doing that.
Oh yeah.
It doesn't exist. You cannot possibly know every single song, that was written. I remember hearing Eddie Trunk, who knows everything about music. He knows everything. He was even stumped one time, so it was like, yeah, it was just funny. But that's funny. It never recorded it. So don't do that.
Yeah. So let's see. We got some stuff going on this weekend. I kind
Yeah.
of want to get into because I found some stuff that is not listed in the normal sections.
Oh, cool.
One of them is our friends at Picacho Peak Brewing Company.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to be in La Luz, New Mexico. Yeah. Oh, wait. Yes. Father's Day weekend is coming up.
Yeah.
This weekend, 17th and 18th. They're going to be out at in La Luz, New Mexico at Nichols Ranch and Orchard. Father's Day weekend 2023 Cherry Festival.
Oh.
There's a few things that New Mexico does really well. Green chili, we can't be touched.
Yeah.
Cherries, I don't think we can be touched on cherries either.
Really?
There may be some people around the country that might disagree. Oh no, we got the best cherries. I think we got the best cherries. Tularosa is like the cherry capital of the state.
Oh wow.
And by the way, they've got a winery out there that makes cherry wine that you would kill for. So good. So good.
Interesting.
But yeah, this weekend from 9 to 7 on the 17th and 9 to 5 on the 18th, Cherry Festival out there. Picacho Peak is going to be out there apparently doing drinks. So yeah, what do we got here? So there'll be live music going on. I don't know who. Arts and crafts vendors. They're going to have Sirloin, the mechanical bull.
Oh my gosh.
I've always wanted to do a mechanical bull. Never done one. They're going to have a petting zoo, cherry picking. They're going to have cherry pies, cherry cider. In other words, they're going to have cherries. Food trucks and vendors, beer and wine. So you can bring your kids, and once they get too much, go ahead, yourself a drink. The price for admission both days is $10. Kids under 12 is free. That's not a bad price for something like this. You normally don't get in that sort of price. Usually it's a lot more expensive. I know where this place is too. 236 Cottonwood Canyon is the address. 7 miles east of La Luz, 20 minutes from Alamogordo. Okay. So it's as you're heading out of Alamogordo.
Okay.
And yeah, it's a nice little place out there. So yeah, they're going to be doing that, and they're going to be out there. I try to promote Picacho Peak as much as possible because they've been so good to us.
Yeah, they have. It's been great.
Me especially.
Yeah.
As of right now, the only place that the Lowborn has played has been Picacho Peak. We're talking to some people. I think we're going to end up getting some gigs elsewhere as time goes on.
That's cool.
But yeah, we're just kind of getting started there. But they love giving people a chance to play, especially people who haven't done it or don't do it much. Yeah, if you're a musician, want to play at Picacho Peak, guess what? Got to come out to an open mic.
Yeah.
That is their criteria. You have to play at least one open mic.
Yeah.
All Who Follow now has multiple gig dates at Picacho Peak because they came out and played. And by the way, they rocked it.
Yeah.
Those guys were amazing. I was so surprised because I'd heard them before and they were good. Not this good. They are polished beyond belief. I know what they did during lockdown. It's the only thing they were doing, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But yeah. So let's see. So we've got that. I didn't make it out to Elephant Ranch. They were doing the album party for Chris Baker a couple days ago. um, so yeah, kind of missed that. So that would have been cool. I hope that went well for him. Get away from me there. Okay. So something I don't get to talk about too much, but our friend AJ posted some stuff up online. So the Raw Material Jug Band is playing. They play here in town fairly regularly, but they don't play very much. As far as you're not going to see them at a bunch of venues, which I think is sad because I've heard them play and they're freaking good.
Yeah.
They're really good. You know, you've got a drummer, you've got a guitar player, you've got they play the washboard.
Oh wow!
So it's that kind of a band. Yeah. Really cool. Raw Materials Jug Band. They're going to be at Downtown Blues Cafe this Saturday, the 10th, from 10 a.m. to noon. Saturday, June 10th, 6 to 9 ish. They're going to be playing at Salon de Diverse Arts and Downtown Blues Cafe. Buddy is going to be playing The Face in the Wind. AJ wrote, says, really psyched for this since I watched it come alive from inception, which is kind of cool. And then on Sunday, everybody wish Buddy a happy birthday. They're going to have a birthday party for him out there. So that's
Very
going
cool.
on. Very cool. Yeah, they're nice guys. And considering that, and it's not, we just don't have that many bands right now. But the norm here for a while was bands that were younger. A bunch of, high school kids, college kids. And that's about it. Some people in their 20s just out of college. But that age range, that younger age range, there's not a kid in this band. No. Not one. These are all older people who got together and they just have fun doing it. And they're very good and very fun. They're a blast. So there's that. Let me get to the actual event stuff. Of course, tomorrow night, Thursday at 6:00 at Picacho Peak is open mic.
Yes.
Come out. Last week, it's been kind of sparse. I think there's been a lot of people traveling and such, but guys, get out and come hang. We had a woman that came out with her friends and family that she had no idea. She'd never done anything like this before, but she got up and played. And the thing is, I was playing guitar. AJ was out there doing some of her poetry, and that was it. So she got up, and I was like, "Tell you what, until somebody shows up," and nobody did. It was a dead night. She says, "Until somebody shows up, says play until you're tired of it, until you're ready to quit." And she did until she was like, "Yeah, I need a drink." But very nervous at first, and then it hit a point that she started relaxing into it and had a real good time.
That's cool. That's what it's all about.
Yeah. Ooh, this is a bit out, but this is the sort of thing that you want to kind of plan for. So the Las Cruces International Airport. Yeah, it's only not just the Las Cruces Airport, it's the Las Cruces International Airport. They're going to be doing in October on the 21st. So this is a ways off. The Las Cruces Air and Space Expo. Community event, displays of airplanes and helicopters, spacecraft, aerospace exhibits. They're going to have STEM booths set up, family activities, cars and motorcycles. It's a neat thing. There's a huge runway out there.
Yeah.
When I worked for PSL, I was actually out there doing some work with. I don't know how I got into this. I ended up tied in with their UAV program, which was not what I was hired for. I was tech support, but the next thing I know is I'm out there helping them with all that stuff.
Wow.
And I was out there one day and I watched the Thunderbirds, their C-130 plane come in and land out there. It's a hell of a strip.
Yeah.
And I think they're going to be loading that up with different planes and other stuff as well. Spacecraft. I want to see what they bring out.
Yeah.
So
cool.
That's something to keep in mind.
Definitely.
that's October, so it gives you some time to think about that in advance. But yeah, I think that's kind of going to be kind of cool. So Rio Grande Theater this Friday at 6. Friday is Juneteenth, so they're going to be doing a Juneteenth Jazz Arts Festival.
Cool.
So, like I always say, if you like jazz, have at it. Lineup of performers includes the Colin McAllister Group and the Billy Towns Group. Admission is free and open to the public. Yeah, you can go out there. So celebrate and create both community and awareness around this national holiday, which is one of America's oldest, which is true. Also, DJ Black is going to be doing a Juneteenth block party at Picacho Peak that Saturday as well, starting at 6. So there is that. I worked with DJ Black back in the day, so I will leave it at that.
Okay.
This Saturday at 7 at Amara Winery, they're going to be doing their country line dancing. They do it every third Saturday of the month.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I missed this. This is going to be interesting. Friday night live music at Grounded this Friday, 7 to 9:30. Skeevy and Isaac. Skeevy Meredith and Isaac starts with an A. Dang it, I can't remember his name. And they didn't write it down. So I'm losing my brain there. Isaac is an amazing guitarist. I listened through Chris Baker's new album that he's released, and one of the songs he's got Isaac on there, and it just says featuring him, and I'm just like, well, is he singing? No, he's not singing. Well, where is he? And all of a sudden, this guitar solo comes in. I was like, that's him.
Oh,
the way he plays is so. It's so him that you can recognize it. If he sang, you wouldn't recognize him as much as you do when he plays. He's amazing, and Skeevy is he's an amazing performer. Great vocalist, insanely good musician on multiple instruments. Incredibly shy. Although not as bad as he used to be.
Okay.
He actually came on this show, one of the first episodes that I was involved with, and he brought a bandmate with him at the time, a band that he was involved with at that point, because he wouldn't come on by himself because he didn't want to talk that much.
Oh my gosh.
And I would love to actually get him in and just kind of pick his brain. Incredibly shy, didn't have many friends, didn't do much. Decided he wanted to learn to play guitar, locked himself in his bedroom with YouTube. How many people actually do that and do it successfully?
Yeah.
And then once he did that, he picked up other instruments, and he plays multiple instruments.
Oh, wow.
And by the way, I can say this: I'm a secure guy, really good looking man.
Okay.
He looks very similar, creepily similar to Jason Momoa.
Okay.
Big muscular guy with the long hair, and nicest guy in the world. Really nice guy. So yeah. So this Friday starting at 4 p.m. at the Plaza de las Cruces here in town. That's on the downtown mall.
Yeah.
Friday night opening night of the summer month. Of the summer monthly Fair Farmers Market night market.
Oh,
so they only do this certain times of the year, but it's coming back. Opening day is all to the arts. Are you an artist or want to showcase your prices? Handcrafted trinkets and keepsakes should not be hidden. Join us to celebrate the arts, food, and building a community. We will be shutting down Main Street from Griggs to Oregon to accommodate that night's crowds walking from businesses to Plaza. If you would like to be a part of the June 16th Summer Night Market hosted by Fair Farmers Market, please send info to the following: Cassie, that's Cassie, regular spelling, Cassie at LasCrucesFairFarmers.com. Cassie at LasCrucesFairFarmers.com. She needs your name, business name, items you intend to sell. There is no resale of any kind. So it's got to be stuff you make. Photos of items, contact information, and proof of Las Cruces business license. It is required by the city. You have to
Yeah.
have a license.
Yeah.
All vendors, temp, or market members are required to follow all city, state, and federal laws regarding their product and licensing. All vendors are required to adhere to fair farmers market rules and regulations outlined in our vendor handbook. So, yeah, I've been to the farmers market, the night thing, and it's kind of cool.
Yeah.
And yeah, they do close off the streets, so
Just like they do on Saturday mornings. So.
yeah, like it used to be before they drove. They built a road back through there against the will of the people. We can get into that real good.
Okay.
I was actually there
Oh.
for the groundbreaking ceremony. The company I was working for, I've been a DJ for a lot of years, and I used to work for a guy as a DJ, and he had a contract with the city, and I got called out there to provide sound for an event they were doing. Didn't know what the event was. Didn't know anything about the music. Turns out it was a groundbreaking for putting that road back through. And at one point, because I'm playing a little bit of music, just having some sound going because we're set up. And this one gal comes up with a clipboard. I'm like, okay, she's going to let me know, what the procedure, what the scheduling is, what they're going to be doing, what sort of music they might want to have played. And she says, hey, says I'm glad that you guys are here. Says just one thing. It was a Saturday, so the farmers market was down a ways.
Right.
And she says, the one thing I want you to do, please keep the music down to a low level because we don't want to attract the attention of those people down over there. Because people had been protesting and fighting against this, putting that road back through for a couple of years.
Oh, wow.
And they had decided, in spite of that, to do it anyway. So I'm like, this is the way this town works. So there is that. So I don't know. So there is that. Today at 5 p.m., if you happen to be around the plaza here at the Plaza de las Cruces, the New Mexico Conference for the United Methodist Church is going to have Caliente come out and play, Caliente Band. Party on the plaza, food trucks, water games, live music, open to the public 5 to 7. So, and just for food trucks.
Yeah, exactly.
I've missed food trucks so much. And now they're starting to come back. We've had our first food truck fiesta at Telstra 12 in a while, which is awesome.
Yeah.
And I still didn't make it out there. I think my favorite truck, Chongo Burger. I think they're not doing it anymore, which is sad. Hold on, we got a message. Good morning, fellas. You guys doing shots yet? Of course, this is Dallas David Ochoa.
Okay.
No, man, because you haven't come on the show yet.
Yeah, no, we're saving that for you.
We don't do shots as a rule. We do shots as a rule when Dallas comes on the show, which it turns out it's been over a year, so we got to get him on the show.
Yeah.
Especially since of last week, I have finished recording my guitar parts and vocals for 4 of the 5 songs going to be on the EP we're working on.
And he's producing it.
Yeah, I've got to get him the stuff for the last song.
Yeah.
Gonna have BJ do some work with me on that one. Gonna have Truman do some work, and just have some fun with it.
Yeah.
We've also got some tweaking and putting some ornamentation on some stuff coming up, including Roulette Radio is on there, and yeah,
one of my favorites.
I'm looking forward to sitting there and playing with that with him. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Let's see. He wrote, I'm cracking away on the 3 newer songs, sounding great. Just to let you know.
Yeah.
And he told me he's doing this on purpose. So I got to hear the first song, and I decided since it was the first song and it was so well done.
Yeah.
I actually have played it for a few people, including went to an open mic at Picacho Peak, and I played it there for everybody.
You got a very good response.
Yeah, everybody went nuts for it.
Yeah.
Now, the other stuff, and until this last one, the other stuff has been some of my slower stuff. He hasn't even let me hear. He's like, when it's ready.
Probably because he doesn't want you to go play it for everybody.
I already decided I was doing that one, and that's it.
Yeah.
Everything else, hey, you guys have got to wait.
Yeah.
Whatever I hear or don't hear, I'm working on it. So I get to hear more, but no, you guys don't hear any more of it until it's ready to go. And I'm kind of excited. We've got some plans to do a music video.
That's gonna be fun.
So yeah, it's gonna be interesting. Yeah, Dallas was like, yeah, you want to go out to the witches graveyard out in Mesilla? And I was like, hell yeah. So we're gonna do that. And I was thinking, well, if we're gonna do that, I'm gonna try and get a hold of the city and find out what it takes to get in there,
Mm.
because I think it would be also cool if we could shoot some of the stuff maybe at the old Doniana lockup.
Oh.
It's where that group does the ghost tours.
Mhm.
It is severely haunted, and the thing is, there's a few places in town that are haunted that you can't really shoot video in because it just looks like a place. This place looks, feels creepy. So I think it'll fit in well because they haven't changed anything since they shut that place
Oh,
down.
wow.
So it's an old school jail. And yeah, it's a little bleak looking in there, which is cool for what we're doing. So I'm excited. I'm having fun with this.
That's cool.
I've also been enjoying just hanging out
Yeah.
with Dallas and his girl. Samantha just had a birthday a few days ago.
Yay.
I have to talk to them because I'm not happy with them. They put something in my head that I've been obsessing over, and it's not something I'm going to talk about on the air because it could get mean. But anyway,
Here we go.
yeah, there's certain levels of mean I won't even go to. But yeah, we're getting closer and closer, and I think I'm gonna have plenty of money to get everything paid off in one go
Cool.
to get the music going, because there's a story that came out yesterday.
Mhm.
If you live in New Mexico, if you have been if you've been doing your taxes, you're going to have in a few weeks a stimulus refund from the state. We had a surplus of oil sales,
Mhm.
and instead of putting that money into the surplus account, the governor's decided that she's going to give a refund to every taxpayer.
Wow.
So if you entered it, if you did it electronically, you're going to get it put into your account electronically. I
Mhm.
think starting on the 21st,
Wow.
and about a week later, actually, in a few days they're going to start sending it out.
Oh, wow.
I think it's at the beginning of next week, and then on the 21st they're going to start sending out checks in the mail to people who did it through the
Yeah.
mail.
Oh, wow.
So yeah,
I'll believe it when I see it.
we'll see what's going away. We'll see what's going on.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a done deal.
Yeah.
$500 for individuals, $1,000 for couples and families.
Cool.
So this is in addition to everything else that's come out, because there's been a lot of this stuff.
Yeah.
But I think it's kind of cool. I'm not a huge fan of our governor,
Mm-mm.
but I got to give it to her. She has paid attention in the last few years to the situation and the needs of the people, and she's when we have something like this surplus come up,
Mhm.
because yeah, our sales on our
Yeah.
on our fuel stuff has been insanely high.
Oh, that's good.
Instead of just doing like they normally do, and we're gonna hoard it away like a bunch of oily
And then waste it later.
squirrels. Yeah. Instead of doing that, she's gonna send it back to the people, which I think
Wow.
that's very cool.
That's cool.
So there's that. So I'm kind of happy, because I'm like, okay, I think that's gonna take care of everything else I'm trying to get put back to get this album done,
Very cool.
and I may do the nicer album.
There you go.
I've been looking at 2 different types of CDs to release to
Mhm.
order, so I may do the fancier fold out cases and do extra pictures.
Very cool.
So there's that. Let's see. So this Sunday at 4 p.m. at Rio Grande Winery, Lush Life is going to be performing out there. Tomorrow at Rio Grande Winery, they're going to be doing their paint and sip. They're going to be doing a beachscape.
Yay.
I love watching what people do. They keep sitting there saying, "Oh, I'm not talented for that sort of thing, but I can do it. So if I can do it, you can do it."
Yeah.
No. If you gave me a picture that was already drawn out and you put numbers where the different colors are, still couldn't do it.
I know. So still
Couldn't do it. So no.
Yeah.
Denise Moraes is going to be coming out to Blue Moon Bar and Grill. This Saturday the 17th from 7 to 11 with special guest Moonshine Railroad. Yeah, country classic sounds. I don't know what his music is, but kind of cool. By the way,
Okay.
Blue Moon, if you want to know what's going on at Blue Moon at any point, they have their website up, bluemoonnm.com. And if you go to bluemoonnm.com/live-entertainment, it'll take you right to the entertainment stuff, or you just click on the deal on their site. Tickets for this go on sale tomorrow at 6 a.m. So you can get a hold of them through their website and get that taken care of. I don't know the prices; they're not listing them here, but you can find that on the website, I'm sure. Rio Grande Winery this Saturday at 6. DJ Mike Armstead is going to be out there. Saturdays are for sipping wine and feeling all right. And while DJ Mike Armstead gets the night going, so I don't know what he plays.
Okay.
I'm assuming he's not playing gangster rap or heavy metal. That doesn't tend to go with wine as a rule. Although I don't care. I'll drink wine I'll drink into anything. I was gonna say I drink wine, but I don't really actually care that much. I'm not that discerning of a taste. Let's see, Brannigan Cultural Center this Saturday, 10 a.m. to noon. They're going to be doing their Juneteenth Jazz Arts Festival performance. Yeah, there's a show who's going to be playing. The Lush Life Quintet is going to be back out there, and that's about all that it's showing. So, what is it with Juneteenth and jazz?
I don't know.
I don't know. It is what it is. This Saturday at 4 p.m. This is only for members. Rio Grande Winery. I don't know how that works. Apparently, they've got a membership program going on. They're going to be doing a wine club release. So, quarterly wine release, members only. It's a pickup party. So, you pick up the bottle and go home?
I have no idea.
We need to get somebody from there out here on the show to talk about this sort of thing.
Yeah.
Let me just say, if you're just picking up a bottle and taking it home, that's not much fun. That sort of thing, you'd want to sit there with other people, I would think. That's just me, and maybe they do, because I don't know we don't know what it is. We're going by what we have, which is not much.
Not much.
So, check this out: New Mexico Farm and Ranch Heritage Museum. They don't post a lot of their events, but this Saturday, 10 a.m. to 3, they're going to be doing Fiber Extravaganza.
I'm sorry, what?
Fiber Extravaganza.
Which is, they don't.
This actually sounds interesting.
Oh, okay.
A variety of fiber arts demonstrations for the public, including wool spinning.
Oh, okay.
Knitting, weaving, quilting, basket weaving.
Oh.
Not underwater basket weaving. I got a minor in that.
Why did I? The first thing I thought of too.
Yeah, and natural dyeing, which is cool. Regular museum admission prices apply: $5 for adults, $4 for senior citizens, $3 for children 4 to 17. Includes all museums' regular offerings. And by the way, if you've never been out there to that museum, it's awesome. So it's cool. Following groups are going to be putting on demonstrations and have informational tables. Southwest Regional Spinners Club, My Place Jewel, Weaving for Justice, Las Colcheras Quilt Guild, Las Cruces Knitting Guild. I didn't know we had this many like that. High Canyon Weavers and Spinners, Threadbare, USDA Southwest Cotton Ginning Research Laboratory, and the Doniana Arts Council, of course. Wow. So, the fee for each workshop is a non-refundable $25 with an additional material fee from the instructor. So, these are workshops where you'll actually be doing this stuff. So, the $25 goes towards the materials, I think. So, that's kind of cool. So, so June 16th. This is all okay. Here we go. So, on the 16th, 10 to noon, basket weaving workshop. Also, nale binding, technique predating crocheting and knitting. Means binding with a needle. Interesting. And these are different prices. Basket weaving is $15. This nale binding is $5. Colcha embroidering, beginning stitching, and then on the 17th, introduction to painting on silk. That's kind of cool. The art of color, including how to use a color wheel. That's kind of cool. Tatting. Shuttle tatting is an old form of lace making. Okay, so there's a whole bunch of stuff going on this
Wow.
weekend, and unfortunately, a bunch of these things are going on. A bunch of these workshops are going on at the same
At the
time.
same time. That
So
doesn't
you need
help,
to pick
but
what you want to do.
okay.
But that's kind of cool. Yeah. Karaoke Thursdays is going on at Truth or Consequences Brewery here in town tomorrow at 7. That's Nick and Lindsay William running that. Where are we month-wise? This is the 14th. We got a little ways to go before we have our
Yeah.
next open mic out there.
Oh, okay.
Of course, Ali Shea running open mic out there
Yes.
the last Wednesday of every month, and I encourage everybody to go check them out.
Yeah.
Dallas just asked, "Are you going to the birthday party tonight, BJ?"
Actually, yeah, I got to talk to you because I got to. We're it's actually I think it's a birthday party or anniversary party where it's a private party that we're both invited to, and we're invited so that we can play.
Of course.
And it just so happens this is a cute story actually, because the woman Myra, her and her husband have been to see me play a few times, and it turns out before I realized who they were, she ended up being my granddaughter's first grade teacher this last year. So that's really cute. So I'm supposed to talk. I got to talk to him because she invited us so that we can play.
Yeah,
but it's cute. So, but she's a great lady. He's a great guy. They're just a great couple of people that you just love being around them. There's two of the nicest people you meet. And so yeah, we're gonna have some fun playing. So we're gonna go out there, and Dallas is gonna set up his sound system. So I gotta find out what I need to bring. So yeah.
Yeah, his sound system is cool.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to it because I don't have one right now.
It's worked out pretty well so far.
It has.
We've maintained.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun time because I don't know.
When I play, I use my sound system. When you play, you borrow my sound system.
Yeah, borrow his sound system.
And it's worked out pretty well. We had one night that we doubled up and had an event at each of us was playing a different place on the same night, and I was able to cobble together a little system.
Goes back into his surplus and sets up a PA system, and it sounded pretty good.
Yeah,
it actually sounded really good.
And the funny thing is, the speakers I could never use for DJing.
Yeah,
they weren't designed for that apparently, but they worked really good for just playing.
Yeah.
So yeah,
it was cool. It was cool, but yeah, I'm still looking to see what I'm gonna do because I keep changing my mind on what I'm gonna get.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of Ali Shea, she's going to be playing this Friday at 6 p.m. out at DH Lacombe.
Oh.
So yeah, she's awesome. If you got, first of all,
hopefully the power stays on.
If you go to Lacombe, you're going to be treated very well. The food is really good.
Yeah.
The wines.
Yeah.
I'm not much of a wine connoisseur, but I can tell you, really good wines.
And I will say about Lacombe's, because I got to play there last week or week before last, and they treat their entertainers very nicely.
Oh yeah.
They are very nice to the entertainers, and they are openly they're very welcoming, and they try to do whatever they can to make you feel comfortable, and they're fantastic. I love the way they treat you out here. And I'm pretty much I can't remember really a place that doesn't, but they really, everybody from the manager all the way to all the servers.
Oh yeah. They're awesome.
And
of course the one in charge of doing the whole music thing, Jan, is
she's a great lady.
Insane. She's absolutely nuts.
Yeah.
I know she's nuts because we sat and visited at an Ali Shea performance.
Yeah.
And turns out we got the same sense of humor.
Yeah.
And it's twisted and dark.
She was a client of mine, and we got to I was like, oh, here she comes. This is gonna be fun. I was trying to make her the last client of the day.
Yeah.
Because she had to come in after work. So because we'd start talking and it would take a little longer.
Well, I one of the jokes I made, we were talking with Allie's boyfriend while she was playing, and I made a joke that I think it horrified him a little bit, and we're both sitting there just laughing our asses off because he's talking about the family, their family wants them to have kids. They've been trying to push them. They're like, we're not ready. We're doing this right now. And he says, and I'm just not ready to to be dealing with these little people that I'm responsible for. And I just says, aw, and they both stopped and looked at me, and I says, he thinks they're people. And she, she's got kids. She starts laughing, and he's just like, what?
We know.
But yeah, So yeah, she's going to be out there at Lacombe. A really nice
Cool.
place, and she's great to
Yeah.
listen to.
Yeah.
She's got the coolest little Fender
It's very
ukulele.
unique. She's a unique sound. So you do
Oh, yeah.
have to experience that. It's a unique sound. So
She-
it's great.
She really needs to get a new pedal because to do her vocal stuff on her pedal, she has to put the pedal in her lap. So she's got her ukulele here. She's got her pedal in her lap because she can't tap it with her foot to get this effect out of it. She's got to hit it with her hand. And she's gotten real damn good at it. But
Yeah.
I'm just like, oh, I feel for her every time I see her do it.
Yeah. That's,
So, by the way, man, it's too bad there's no way for us to do it remotely. That would be cool. Because right now it started 8 a.m. this morning, and it's going to be going on the 3rd, the 7th, the 14th, the 24th, and the 21st of this month. Rio Grande Float is going on. So yeah. So yeah, float trips down the Rio Grande, inflatable kayaks. They'll head to Andale and Mesilla for food afterwards. Price covers transportation, equipment use, and staffing. It's $65 for each participant. Each outing paid for separately. Last day to sign up is 7 days before trip begins. So yeah, it's kind of cool. I believe they're also running out inflatable coolers for your drinks.
See, in California, we called it they call it a float trip. That on the well, in California we called it illegal entry. So then again, that's not even a problem anymore. So
no,
there's no such thing as illegal entry anymore.
Christopher Escarcega is going to be playing at the game.
Cool.
This Saturday at 7 p.m. So that's kind of cool. Frecuencia is going to be playing out at Amador Live this Saturday at 8 p.m. That's kind of awesome. They get some bigger bands coming through out there. For the most part, you're going to be looking at local entertainment at most of our breweries, wineries. You will have Amador Live, which gets and they play some. They have some local artists out as well, but they also will get some bigger names traveling through. Same thing with Whiskey Dick's, which is the name of a bar, not a condition.
Yeah,
and yeah, they'll be out there. They get some cool bands going on.
Dallas. Okay, Dallas is funny because I said, yeah, we're gonna be using his system, so I'm gonna plug in with him. He goes, I will try not to electrocute you.
He's never electrocuted anybody but himself.
Yeah,
so
well,
you're probably safe.
As long as it's not up here, we're good.
Yeah.
I've had enough of that.
This Sunday, if you're not doing anything, this is something we can go do. Truth or Consequences Brewing here in Las Cruces this Sunday, 2 to 5. Jamie O'Hara is going to be doing Father's Day music out there.
Oh, how cool!
Yeah,
very cool. I'm actually going to be doing Father's Day music for my granddaughters. Are coming out to see me, so they want to come out and barbecue. So guess who has to barbecue? But and say, Grandpa, you're going to play because I want to hear you play. I'm like, oh, I love it when I hear that. That is so sweet.
Ooh, here's something to be cool to get involved with. This is actually in El Paso. Cool Canyon Nights. They're going to have Ooh La La and Raymond Ariola out there playing at McElligan Canyon.
Where's that?
Ooh.
We're
going to have to take a road trip.
Oh yeah.
McElligan Canyon. It's an amphitheater out there.
Oh.
It's freaking cool. It's on the side of the mountain.
Oh man.
And I mean on the side of the mountain.
Yeah.
But it's very cool. That'd be a kind of a neat thing to do. Kiss El Paso Radio is going to be hosting this thing.
Cool.
So yeah, I believe it's a free event.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, admission is free, but seating is limited. It's not a huge venue, but that's kind of cool. I'd love to do something like that. Of course, Blue Moon Bar this Sunday, 4 p.m. John Matthew is going to be playing out there. DH Lacombe is doing their Wine Club Social. It's a members exclusive tomorrow at 6. Are they introducing? Let's see. Join us for our Cabs and Dad Wine Club Social. We'll be tasting Lacombe Family Vineyards Cabernets because I am educated. Okay, I actually just figured it out. To explore the differences and help you find the perfect gift just in time. Cool. By the way, they've got some amazing wines out there. I'm not a big wine guy
Hmm.
but they have an Imperial Cure.
Oh
Imperial
yeah,
Cure is great because it is raspberry
yeah.
based wine. Anything raspberry is
It's a
worth it.
sparkling wine too.
And it tastes like
Yeah,
raspberry.
it's really cool.
Some of these
Yeah,
wines, my problem is it doesn't taste like the fruit that's in them.
yeah.
This tastes like raspberry, and
That's
it's really
cool.
good.
I like
Callista
it.
is going to be playing at the game 2 this
Yay.
Saturday at 7. I love her. I
Yeah.
adore her, and I haven't seen her in so damn long. It's kind of sad. Um, so Valley Pizza on Picacho is starting a painting and sip and paint. They're calling it painting and wine.
Oh, okay.
This Saturday at 6, they're going to be doing a class out there. Live jazz music, um, painting class with all the supplies, $65 per person.
Cool.
So there's that going on.
You have to try that at least once. My wife and I did that one time, and it was really cool. We had a good time.
And it's now on us. We talked about this a couple weeks ago.
Uh-huh.
This Friday, 7:30, El Paso County Coliseum, Star Western Wears Rodeo is
Oh
hitting.
yeah. You gotta
So
see the
yeah,
rodeo if you
that's
get
the
a chance.
16th and the 17th. So Friday and yeah, it's gonna be awesome.
Yeah.
Mesilla Valley Mall is doing a Magic the Gathering draft tournament.
Oh.
Oh, Super Gamers is hosting this.
Oh,
Okay,
okay.
that's why I was like, well, just at the mall.
Yeah.
Okay. Event starts at 1:30, $15 entry per person. We welcome players to show up around 1 p.m. for registration, get settled on tables. So yeah, if you're into that sort of thing, I was never into Magic the Gathering.
Yeah.
Card games kind of irritate me. We won't even get into that.
Yeah.
That's a whole other show. I could go off on a rant for over an hour. Yeah. So what else do we got going on? It looks like this may be just about it. Ooh, is that here in town or is this out? This is here in town. Fraternal Order of the Eagles, area 4038. That's here in Las Cruces on 17th Street. Male and female amateur boxing. Cool.
Oh yes.
Cool.
When is that again?
That's this Saturday, starting at noon.
Oh.
So that's kind of cool. That's neat.
Oh, that is cool.
Yeah, we used to have a really vibrant boxing community out here.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened to it. It kind of went away.
Yeah.
COVID.
Mhm.
That was actually before that.
Oh,
so,
okay.
Chris's Chess Club is going to be meeting today at 6 p.m. This time at the IHOP on Telshore.
Oh, okay.
So, like they have any customers. I don't even feel bad about saying that out loud. In fact, I will repeat it full volume. It's not like they don't have it. It's not like they have any customers. Nobody's getting away with their stuff. Yeah, I refuse to go there. By the way, if you want to go to IHOP and you're here in town, go to University.
Okay.
Oh my God, they have the best. They have the best staff working there.
Okay.
They have a manager who actually cares.
That's funny.
They do a great job, and there's times that you're going to be waiting a while because they'll get packed.
Yeah.
But you know what? They're never sitting around doing nothing.
Yeah.
They're not sitting there. A lot of places, you go to some of these restaurants and people are sitting there and they're kind of have these dumb looks on their faces and they were waiting for a table and you're looking, there's a bunch of clean, empty tables.
You get the idea. Why are you here? You know?
Yeah. You don't get that over here.
You're interrupting us.
And it took them a while to get that feel down.
Yeah.
But they've worked it out very nice. I got to say, I really like the IHOP over here.
That's cool.
I've had a lot of dealings with them over the last couple of years, and they're great. So yeah, there's that. What's going on at Butterfield Range?
Ooh.
Yeah, Steel Challenge. All it says is June Steel Challenge match. I don't know what that means.
Steel targets.
Butterfield. Normally, when you're dealing with competitive stuff at Butterfield Range, it tends to be shotgun competition stuff. Although, who knows? They could be putting out could just be metal targets with pistols, which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
This is put on by Bill Miller and Mesilla Valley Pistoleros. Yeah, if you've never our shooting range out there at Butterfield is really cool.
It is. It's really cool.
We've got the berms, so you can go out there and just shoot basically in safe desert. But you've also got an amazing shotgun area, skeet and trap courses that they've built up. and some of the money apparently came from the city, but most of the money came from fundraising by the Las Cruces Lions, a bunch of the chapters apparently, and they have a course out back where they'll do specialty shooting events out there.
Yeah.
So they'll do 5 stand, which is a form of trap and skeet. That's kind of cool. You basically have 5 people at a time going to these things, and they take turns shooting as they go along. Then you move and take shots, and so you're getting different positions on the same deal, which is kind of cool. And yeah, they got one that you're going out there, and you go from station to station throughout the desert, and they have machines set up doing different things that you're supposed to hit the pigeons the clay pigeons as they come out. One of them, it's called a rabbit, and that actually shoots it along the ground.
Yeah, that rolls along the ground, so it's like you got to be good for that.
By the way, don't mislead people by saying rolls, because it shoots out and sometimes it rolls. Mostly it's bouncing.
Yeah. Like a rabbit, it's bouncing because it hits the ground and it keeps going. Oh, it's I've seen it on.
It is
probably a late night
fun.
on ESPN, but it is really interesting.
Yeah, I've been out there and done that. It is fun. It's a lot of fun, and I've been out there with people that we just had our group that went out. I've been out there at times where there's been somebody who showed up by themselves and come on, join us, and you end up making new friends. It's kind of cool. So yeah, that's going on. Alan Raintree is going to be playing at Icebox and Hatch this Sunday at 5. I want to make sure to always promote what's going on out there, because that's Icebox's newest tap room.
Yeah, and it's nice.
I haven't been out there yet, but I need to check it out. It's supposed to be really cool, and it's right there next to Sparky's.
Yeah.
So I don't know what they have for food out there, or if they're even messing with it.
I don't think they're like Sparky's is right there. We're not. If anything, they struck a deal to get Sparky's delivered over.
Yeah, if I had a brewery or something that was out there that close to Sparky's, I wouldn't even mess with a kitchen.
Yeah, just
no.
order from there.
Because I tell you what, that's an amazing burger. Yeah. All their food is great out there.
Great.
Yeah. You get
I get the one with the green chili burger with pulled pork on top.
Oh geez,
it is so good.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that is just awesome.
Well, I like their chili con queso that they'll put on the burger. They'll put it on the burger, and that it's just everywhere. It's so good because they're using the Hatch green chili.
Yeah.
Because it's right there, because they are in Hatch.
You almost have to eat it with a fork.
Oh yeah,
it's so hard to dip, but it's so
And if you get their French fries, you can get French fries with that queso dipped over top. It's so good.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's definitely a place to check out just for the food.
Yeah.
And with the Icebox having their tap room out there, and Icebox has some really good beers.
Oh yeah.
Especially once a year, because I have been tormenting one of the owners since they opened. I actually worked for a business that I had to deal with him on a professional basis, and after we deal with professional stuff, then I would pester him about bringing back Monster Cookie. Their lager as a year-long drink, and he will not do it. I understand it's his mom's recipe.
Yeah.
He wants to keep it special, so every fall that comes out.
Cool.
And it's so good. By the way, I still have, I think, 3 cans in my fridge.
Wow.
I hoard. So yeah, one of these days we're gonna have to open one of those up, see if it's any good. I assume it still would be.
Yeah.
But there's a part of it's like, did I screw up and just rain all this? I hope not.
Yeah.
But at any rate, so they're doing that. And that's all that we really got going on out here.
I will be playing at Icebox on Picacho.
That's right.
Saturday.
Why are you not showing up on my thing?
I don't know, because I got it up. I was just looking. Last week I thought it was last week, so I looked and I'm like, oh yeah, I am playing this Saturday. Okay.
Yeah. So, you told me you told me it was going to be last week, so I was looking for that, and I didn't see anything.
I looked at it. Oh, it's not this week. Never mind.
And I never heard from you, so I figured, he doesn't need the system.
Yeah. I'm like, oh no, that's what it. So yeah.
So yeah.
Cool.
So there's all that. Yeah, we're gonna be playing soon.
Yeah, not this week, following week.
Yeah, on June 24th.
Yeah, 24th.
So I figure we're gonna have one more practice before then. We're adding.
We will practice. We will practice.
Yeah,
we'll keep the bottle closed.
And I may holler at the guys sooner, because there may be a surprise if I can get it finished.
Cool.
we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
But that's going to be fun. I'm really looking forward to that. The first time we played was great, and
Yeah, it was such a good time.
I'm so excited to do it
Yeah.
again. So yeah, the Lowborn, Irish music. Keep your eyes peeled. Check our Facebook page. I'll be putting up a link here very shortly. I'm trying to get that video uploaded from the March show, and yes, life got in the way, so I ended up getting put on the back burner. I didn't realize how long it had been.
Wow.
So yeah, it's now up and running. It's finished, and I just got to get up and running on the deal. So yeah, I'll put a link up there for everybody to find that at. So yeah, there's that. How about that? So with that all being said, I think we're pretty well done with everything.
Yeah.
But we haven't played any music.
Yeah.
So there's a song, Since I Have You Here, because we haven't gone over it too much.
Okay.
But you're going to be recording this with me.
Oh
soon.
yeah. Go ahead.
That's not it.
That's in the going. I don't remember that. I was trying to write a song the other day. I was telling him it was hilarious because I'm playing these chords and I'm like, these sound good. And then after like 20 minutes of trying to figure out something, I went, it sounds like Dead or Alive. Never mind.
Nothing wrong with that. By the way, this is when I played for Dallas, and I was playing a little bit faster.
Oh, okay.
And he's like, yeah, play it faster.
Cool.
Every time the sun goes down, I pull out a glass, a bottle of Crown, and I toast to everything that I used to have when you were still with me. I just race the sun. How much can I drink before the dawn comes? But it's always on my mind how I get so high when you were still mine. I get drunk kissing your lips, high as a kite just holding your hand. Loving you was a hell of a trip. Without you here, I'm so much colder. Now I drink till the night is over. Still I've been too long sober. I can get a good buzz on, maybe do something that's way too bold, like pick a fight with some guy twice my size and half as old. And I can take the beating, the embarrassment of being that dumb. I could only feel like I used to when we were young. Like when I get drunk kissing your lips, high as a kite just holding your hand. Loving you was a hell of a trip. Without you here, so much colder. Now I drink till the night is over. Still I've been too long sober. You can't earn a chip marking how long you've been alone. There ain't no meeting 12 no set programs, being on your own. There's no bottle on my shelf to clear that memory from my mind. There's nothing I can drink strong as what I left behind. Like when I get drunk, kissing your lips, high as a kite, just holding your hand. Loving you is a hell of a trip. Without you here, I'm so much older. Now I drink till the night is over. Still I've been too long sober. Loving you is a hell of a trip. That's cool,
That's a good
man.
one. Yeah. You got a message from Alice. Faster, Randy, faster.
Okay.
All right. So with
So
Father's
we can do
Day-
this.
Oh, yeah.
Every time the sun goes down, pull out a glass and a bottle of Crown. I toast to everything. Yeah, we're not doing
Like
that.
the ska version.
Ska's not good for your health. Look
So
at
with
Gwen.
Father's Day coming, I just thinking about my dad. This is the first Father's Day without my dad. So thought I'd do this for him. Oh man, look at my life. I'm a lot like you were. Oh man, look at my life. I'm a lot like you were. Oh man, look at my life. 24 and there's so much more. Live alone in a paradise makes me think too. Love lost such a cause. Give me things that don't get lost. Like a coin that won't get tossed. Rolling home to you. Oh man, take a look at my life. I'm a lot like you. I need someone to love me the whole day through. Oh, one look in my eyes and you can tell it's true. Oh man, take a look at my life. I'm a lot like you. Lullabies, look in your eye, all around the same old town. Doesn't mean that much to me, mean that much to you. I've been first and last, look at how the time goes past. But I'm all alone at last, rolling home to you. Oh man, take a look at my life. I'm a lot like you. I need someone to love me the whole day through. Oh, one look at my eyes and you can tell it's true. Oh man, take a look at my life. I'm a lot like you. Oh man, look at my life. I'm a lot like you were. Oh man, look at my life. I'm a lot like you were.
Cool, man.
Yeah. I can just do that without breaking up anymore.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny. I have my dad, his remains are in a box. He was cremated. That was his.
I hope so.
It was. He requested to be cremated. He's in my music room now, and I'm like, so fitting that he's resting in my music room for now.
Mm.
Eventually, I have to make a trip to Puerto Rico to scatter him out there. I know which beach he wants to be at. So, but I'm gonna. At first I thought it was the creepiest thing in the world. And now it's like, and I don't have like a fancy urn. I still have like this simple black box, because then it's like nobody's looking and going, oh, who's that? It's like you don't really notice it. And I kind of like it that way right now. My mom wanted me to get this really nice, thing. And I'm like, I kind of like having just the box, because I know who it is. I know what it is. And I have his flag next to it, his honor flag next to it. So I keep that. I don't know how many people have been to, because I had it when I had my music, my nail station, and when I was doing some nails for my wife and my friends, because I thought I was transitioning to another place. So I had everything set up in there, and I'd also rehearse in there. So I kept it in there, and people came in, and I don't think you guys noticed, but we did a video. When Red came out and we did the show at my house, he was right behind us.
Hey, whatever works for you.
Keep it that way.
Yeah, personally, I think cremation is a good way to go. My first thought was to have all my friends take handfuls of me and go find the people that I hated and just throw them in their faces and say, yeah, Randy says hi one last time. I've also thought about, having my ashes put into an urn. If that's the case, it's going to be obvious it's an urn, except I want to have a picture of myself, but I want it to be a lenticular picture so that I'm going to be scowling, and no matter where you stand, the picture will change, so my eyes will be following you. Yeah. Because, let's face it.
I know
if I screwed with you in life, I'm going to screw with you in death.
I know more than one people that'll take the remains and put them in little vials and hand them out to family members.
Oh, yeah.
I had a client that, did that with her mother, and her fiance walked in and said, oh, what are you doing? She goes, oh, I'm just getting stuff ready for Mom's funeral. And he goes, oh, you need help? And she goes, yeah, hold this bag. And he's holding it, and he looks at it and he goes, what is this? She goes, my mom. She said that before she could look up, the bag was sitting on the bed and he was at the door. She couldn't even, she goes, I don't know how he moved that fast. But before she could look up, he was already at the door.
Oh man. Well, yeah.
This has been a long week. Man.
What can you do?
Yeah. So looking forward to seeing Dallas tonight. I got to message you and let you know. Let me know what you need me to bring. That's going to be a lot of fun. Playing private get-togethers like that is a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And then Saturday I get to play at Picacho Peak again. Or no, Picacho Brew. Icebox Brewery at Picacho. Yeah. And then we are at Picacho Peak the following week.
Yeah, and then you're at Picacho Peak by yourself in July.
Yeah, in July I'll be there. And I finally get to play at Rio Grande Winery in July as well. I've been trying to play there for 3 years. So it's going to be fun. It's going to be a great week. We got, and then we're not the only ones that are out there. There's music going on everywhere. So things are getting back to, I believe, is normal when we have, I always say, roll your window down, drive around Mesilla, and when you hear something you like, stop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. By the way, I end up with this weird stuff. I was talking about Open Mic, the website on the Facebook page. And, for general stuff is cool. For specifics, not so great. I just got a message from somebody on there. Says jam night at the Fern Prairie Grange every third Saturday of the month. Host Jason J. Fingerstyle guitarist. Everyone plays from 6 to 10. I don't know where Fern Prairie Grange is. I guarantee you It's not in New Mexico.
No,
So it's not even in the state. So yeah.
That's funny. But hey, that's so we will gosh, we got a lot of stuff going on this week. Weather's great. I'm planning on taking a ride sometime this weekend.
Yeah.
I've gotten more comfortable to where I'm riding pretty much everywhere now.
Pardon me.
I actually got to the point where I'm having a problem staying below 45.
Yeah.
I'm like, whoops, let's slow down.
So you can't drive 45?
No, I can't drive 45.
There you go.
I'm getting there. I actually got on I got it up to 55 the other day. And I've only been riding about a month now, so I'm not quite comfortable. I remember the first time I got up to 25 and I freaked out. So I got up to 55 and I felt pretty comfortable. But then again, I was on Roadrunner, so I figured I better back off.
So are you riding with one hand on the brake and one hand on the gas?
No.
Technically you are. All the time.
Yeah, all the time. Because, yeah. And it's kind of cool because I get looked at everywhere I go. Guys that, notice what kind of motorcycle it is. They kind of look over and like, wow, cool.
Yeah.
And then at night, I put the decals on my helmet, that LED that light up.
Yeah.
And I keep getting people look over and go, nice.
Yeah, you just need to put some LEDs on your bike, and then you'll look like a light cycle in Tron.
I am seriously. I saw them. They're not expensive at all.
No.
And so I'm thinking they got this. The Ducati has this trellis on the bottom that it would be so easy to attach them to that underneath, and it would look like the light cycle.
I do have to say this. I hate you because it's true. For motorcycle, the light kits are very inexpensive.
And there's a guy
for full size vehicles, not so cheap.
There's a guy that has a beautiful black with green trim. It looks like I think it's a Ninja, and you love it because it's bright green and he has lights all over it, and it looks so cool. Going down, I was like, I can imagine that at night, during the day, it's probably a bummer. It's like totally a bummer having to drive it during the day.
Yeah,
he's probably waiting for it to go because it just lights up and it goes down. You cannot miss this thing. It's beautiful.
Yeah, so, that's an important thing when you're doing motorcycles. You want to make sure that you're visible.
I want to be seen. So that's why I put the thing on my helmet so that I can, so people can see me. So
well, we've got some people that the first thing I saw that I was like, at first I was like, what the hell? And I was like, oh, smart. They were doing helmets with these neon adhesive things. Yeah. Basically, they did like a mohawk.
Yeah.
With these little things that would stand out. I was like, that's really weird. And I was like, no, wait, I noticed them.
Yeah.
Everybody notices
you saw them.
Yeah, do your little tricks if you're riding motorcycles to make sure you're seen. Always a really good idea.
Yeah.
But yeah. So this has been the show.
And I will say, there's a lot of motorcycle awareness going around that they, say they have the big signs, stuff, and people talk about it. And it's been really easy to ride out here because people have been really great. I've only had one close call.
Oh yeah.
But it's been really cool. So.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So yeah.
But yeah, that's about it.
Enjoy the music everywhere.
Yeah. Come out to open mic at Picacho Peak on Thursday.
Peak tomorrow night. I won't be able to. I have to work, but be there.
Yeah, you're making excuses now.
I'm sorry. Thursday we were cleaning all day and I could not walk.
And I should have news here soon. We're gonna have to get Dallas on the show because I've got to send him. I've been playing around with the song we just played, the Too Long Sober, trying to get it figured out, and I think I'm pretty well down with what it is, and it sounded good with you in there, man. It was cool.
Keep it simple.
There will be a little instrumental bit there because we're going to put in Truman doing some stuff. We're just going to let him go nuts a few times and see what works.
What is he going to do? Gotta wait and see what he does.
Yeah, I've got to get that recorded and sent off to some people, including Dallas, so he can take a look at it, get everything ready. You have no idea. Watching Dallas work, on something like this as a sound engineer, he's amazing.
That's cool.
He's very good, and the nice thing is he gets my music, so that helps a lot.
He's gonna have a new gig. I think
so. Yeah,
it's gonna be a new thing.
One of several probably at some point. So be looking for the Dallas David Ochoa restaurant at some point in the future.
Yeah.
We had that conversation. Anyway, You guys have a great week, and
Take care. Get out. We'll see you soon.
yeah, get out.
Yeah, get out and watch some hear some music. Go.
Yeah, he's saying get out and get some music. I'm saying get out.
Get
Get out of my room. God, what's with you people? It's over. Go.
Bye.